What's up, Nerf Nation? It's your boy here. Before we begin, just know that the language and subject matters aren't family friendly, so we're totally getting demonetized. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell to join our Nerfed notification squad. Alright, let's get started!
Hello and welcome to DANGANRONPA.
What's up, Nerfed Nation? Welcome to DANGANRONPA.
You know, I think it's your boy part that just bothers me.
I freaking love it.
Your boy here.
It's your boy.
It's epic.
It's because it's not something I'd ever say. You can tell. I don't feel good saying it.
It's your
It's
boy
glorious.
here.
I think you should talk like that, all of us. I think you should do,
It is your son here.
you should do multiple reviews in that voice, Elder.
That's never gonna happen.
It's your boy here. Today we're gonna be looking at the
Spot on. That's exactly how I said it.
I'm very disturbed, obviously.
Alright guys, so we're right back in the intermission for the trial. Let's get
Yes. Alright.
unless anybody wants to change their opinions, which I don't think so.
Oh no.
Okay.
Ew, no.
I was willing to take my loss. I have no qualms.
There's no change here, only dollar bill. Let's go.
The change you can believe in.
I'm gonna stick with what I've got.
Looks like we've reached the intermission segment, which means it's time for our Guess the Victim quiz!
That's what we're trying to. Wait, what?
What? Say it, Purple.
I guess the culprit quiz?
The only victims are the people who are still watching this drawn-out, boring crap.
Why are you being such a downer all of a sudden?
That moment when that last line was Monotaro.
It is okay.
Is it?
I am sure everyone is happy.
How do you know? They could be skipping this entire conversation for all you know, and we would have if LJ were playing the game.
This is true.
I can't take it! I can't take it anymore! Ah!
That wasn't the line.
Why are you getting so upset? If anything, I'm the real victim. I gotta put up with all the nonsense all the time.
Absolutely right! That's the right answer, Monodem. That's your line, Monophony.
Why? He hasn't said anything.
Exactly! Cause there are no victims. Yep! Even if you're killed in this killing game, you're a winner. Cause then everyone mourns you! And you get tons of posthumous popularity. Daddy! Like Ibuki.
Oh, Daddy, you don't need to reveal these kind of behind-the-scenes details.
Alright!
Dying makes you more popular? Oh no! And we gotta die soon too!
Alright, well,
Well, feels bad.
feels bad, man. The bad man.
One.
This is my impression of a spooky, scary ghost. I'm fine with real ghosts, but impressions of them are too scary.
Logic does not compute.
Did you hear something?
No,
I didn't.
Oh. Ooh. Oh my god, they're gonna have the silent treatment.
You know what else is scary? Sweet buns. Yep.
Retribution will be swift.
Tasty sweet buns. So round, so sweet, so delicious. That doesn't sound scary at all.
I'm scared too. Scared of losing my friend.
I think LJ might be modded him. We gotta change the chart.
I didn't hear anything.
Mono comes are freaking great. I swear to God, they're like the best thing ever.
Answer us, Himiko. You chose the middle room to lure us into your trap, did you not?
Shut
Then
your
you
face.
used that trap to kill Tenko, yes?
I can't wait for this to immediately get shut down.
Well,
Yeah, I know.
did you kill that twat?
Oh my god.
Must be some mistake. No way Himiko is culprit.
Then she needs to defend herself. Otherwise, this debate is deadlocked.
I don't care if you gotta use magic to do it, but say something already.
Are you even listening? No, I'm not listening.
What?
I don't care anymore. I'm too tired. Angie died. Tenko died. Why did I have to survive? And now, you're all saying I killed them? I just don't care anymore.
Himiko.
Do whatever. If you want to vote for me, then just go ahead.
Okay.
Alright.
The game gets really blah if the suspect isn't into it.
True.
Not the problem.
Damn it. Don't tell me you've given up.
Himiko, don't give up.
Don't you understand? My life is riding on the outcome of this trial! Just shut up. I told you, I'm too tired. It's all just a big pain. I can't put up with it anymore.
Same.
What are you talking about? If you give up here...
You needn't worry. Himiko was the one who chose that room. Therefore, she is unmistakably the culprit.
Impossible! Himiko would never kill Tenko! Himiko not that kind of person. Gonta can tell by Himiko's face.
Himiko's a little slow, so I don't think she's capable of handling a complicated crime.
Nice side diss.
I also think
Zara.
Himiko's not the culprit. Somehow.
Either way, we gotta look for more possibilities.
That does seem like rather a pointless quest.
No, is not. We got... So
Damn
don't
it.
give up, Himiko.
I apologize to all the people who are absolutely annoyed at me by skipping lines. I'm annoyed too.
Let's do it. This is the most obvious thing ever. Just go ahead and bring out Kokichi. Yep.
Performing the seance in that room was Himiko's decision, was it not?
Nope.
What if someone steered her into picking that room?
Of the 3 empty rooms, why
Ha,
choose
that's
the
cool.
middle one? Because you laid your trap there.
Was trap only in that room?
Nope.
Other rooms may be trapped too.
Right there.
Oh, damn
Even
it.
if Himiko picked it, someone else could have set that trap.
I wasn't paying attention.
Your opinions are
Epic.
There's...
Performing the seance in that room was Himiko's decision, was it not? What if someone steered her into picking that room? Of the 3 empty rooms. What? I just left the middle one. Because you laid your trap there. Because you laid your trap there! Other rooms may be trapped too.
Trap there.
I agree.
They're so happy whenever you agree with them.
Of course. It's a good thing.
Just like Gonta said.
I
This
disagree.
room was the same. They were all trapped.
What? Is that true?
Kokichi will tell you.
Nice.
I was way too careless. Wait, what are you talking about?
It was such a great moment. I went back
It's
and watched it, and you
alive!
guys were like freaking out.
Yep.
Well, I didn't find it so much as I stepped through it and tripped.
What? Hold on! There was also a loose floorboard in the next room?
So the culprit prepared a trap in all 3 empty rooms, not just the middle one.
If the culprit set traps in all the rooms, then they wouldn't need to select a room themselves.
So the real trap was for someone else to pick a room and take the blame.
Why you gotta be?
We were caught in the culprit's trap all along.
How unsettled could you be?
Yeah, I know, he's so obvious.
But now there's no reason to suspect
Oh my
Himiko,
god.
right?
Himiko, do you remember what Tenko told you?
Back to another flashback.
Keep your chin up and live life facing forward! Please!
Var commandeers Tinko. Everyone needs to voice Tinko.
Good for you, baby! Himiko, I love you!
So did you have a turn?
No, I will in time. There'll be more flashbacks.
Be with me, Himiko! I love you!
We're all trying to keep our promises to the dead.
You didn't promise Hamtaro jack squat.
Yeah, well, he doesn't need anything.
This trial, it's not just for our lives.
Nice.
That's why we can't give up. This is our responsibility. We live on.
You're right. Yeah, that's right. If I gave up here, I wouldn't be able to face Angie or Tenko.
That's right. So let's do our best.
Alright, I'm not gonna say it's a pain anymore. I won't give up. I'll fight alongside everyone and survive.
I literally do not care.
Say
This is great. Character arc.
I can just
No, I'm kidding. I guess it's not great at all.
At least she had an arc.
Yeah, it's fine.
Killing the mood like usual.
It was fucking what's her face's arc?
Sumugi has the best arc.
Yeah, what's Sumugi's arc?
Soul Bro!
What was
Dude.
Akane's arc?
Blood Brother!
Dude, he is literally Kamina. They literally just took a character from another anime.
It's so good. It's so good.
It's like, part of me wonders how they can get away with it.
It's so obvious too. Like he even has the same voice actor. You know?
Yes.
It wasn't even subtle.
It's the exact character. He has like the hair, kind of. He's the same voice actor.
Well, as a self-proclaimed expert of stepping through floorboards, isn't it weird that no one stepped through that floorboard before the culprit used it?
Ah, that is a good point.
It must have been barrier magic.
This is why I don't care.
Well, that's one.
Barrier magic!
But I think something
Did
else.
someone say barrier?
Be the
Why
wall.
did no one step on the floor?
Okay. Stupidest.
In Overwatch, LJ, it's alright.
effing dumb.
You're the wall. I'm the sponge. Oh, we
The
gotta pick
wall
something.
doesn't make sense! It's so dumb. What was the question again?
Why?
Yeah,
did,
sorry.
Why did no one step on the floorboard or through the floorboard?
Oh.
Cross piece under the.
It's.
What would have kept
I'm
everyone
looking. I'm looking.
from stepping?
Oh, the dog
through
statue.
the
No.
floorboard?
Circle.
Thank
Because you told people not to step on it.
This is it.
Anyway,
It's because
in
of the
Overwatch,
magic
LJ plays
symbol.
Reinhardt, and the nickname has always been the shield versus
Okay.
the wall because he puts
Okay.
up the wall.
There's
and
only one
blocks.
person. One freaking person who suggested calling me the wall. I'm not the wall. Literally, Reinhardt's quote is, "I will be your shield, not I will be your wall." Okay? It's the shield. It's always been the shield. There are two other characters inspired by him that say, "I will be your shield," or "Get behind my shield. I will be your shield."
Holy crap! This must be what it feels like to not care about Himiko's spiel, because I do not care about your spiel one bit.
Roll reversal. Roll
That's
reversal.
perfectly fine. It's dumb.
That
So
was funny.
stupid.
Let
That's
the
right.
rage
If that's
flood
the
through you
case,
all
then
day.
the culprit, there's no doubt in my mind, they're the only one.
Wow, it really took you this long, eh?
I'm
it
actually.
took you this long to figure out it was me. Come on.
You're right. It was you all along.
Epic.
You're right, Kokichi. You're right. You're absolutely right. That means it was you all along.
Stop it!
Nice.
I should have passed on playing this game.
Damn it!
What?
Damn it. You're right, Kokichi. You're right. It was.
You said it was.
You all. Wait, no. You all along.
Stop! Are you trying to lose your hearts?
I think so.
Actually,
Shouldn't
that's a great point. It was you all along.
Why is your spaghetti upsetty, Elge? You picked Kyo too.
God, I don't care.
We were on the same page here, main.
Yeah.
What happened to the collaborative effort?
No. It's so good.
Wait, what?
You had to go back one way.
I hope you feel like a complete moron right now.
No! I was trying to get the hearts back.
You deserve
How'd that
this.
work out? Alright.
I didn't know it was gonna push us back so far.
I'm gonna go make a friggin' sandwich. BRB.
What the fuck? It's never pushed us back this far before.
It's not just for our lives.
Well, this is annoying. Amiko just had a Miu moment there.
I don't like how that's being referenced.
Wait, what? Okay.
This is it.
This is it. Alright.
Okay, now who do you think it is?
It was...
Don't.
You!
Stop.
Don't stop believing.
Believing?
Hold on to that feeling.
Was it you?
Messo's not even here, by the way.
Yeah, we weren't that
He
fucking
actually
far
left.
away. Are you cutting?
He said, I'm gonna go make a sandwich.
Dude, it was not that much time. Jesus Christ.
I think he's going to make a sandwich.
Is he a maroon?
I'm talking about Tenko's murder.
Oh, he's here.
Oh, you were smack talking me. What
Did you really go make a sandwich?
No, I got chips.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
you're still a maroon.
Because you were the one who drew the magic circle.
You're right, I was too busy eating that I picked the wrong answers.
Kept
It's
us
my
from
best.
discovering the seesaw trick. But that's not all.
The seesaw trick.
In order to make the murder succeed, variables like Tenko's position and the placement of the cage needed to be defined. And those variables were defined by using the magic circle. In short, the circle itself was the most important tool in this murder. Knowing that, the person who drew the magic circle has to be the culprit.
Well, Kyo,
Answer already! Did you do it?
Breakdown.
What is so funny?
I miss those from Ace
I
Attorney.
was just thinking.
Ditto.
So this is how each Blackened must have felt. What an intriguing experience this is.
What? An intriguing experience?
But if I am the culprit as you claim, then I stomped on the floorboard, yes? So, do tell. How could I have stomped on the floorboard during that darkened seance?
I see. That is problem.
Unless that is made clear, you cannot be certain I am the culprit.
how can you be so calm when you're backed into a corner like this?
I will explain that in due time. Please answer my question first.
He's calm because... I wonder if he did commit the first murder. Because that's the only reason why I'd figure he'd be calm, is if he didn't commit the first murder, because this is a freebie.
Wait a minute. Maybe.
Did you figure
At the same time, I don't know. Because I also think he committed
That's it. The culprit didn't even have to see it all. They used... How did the culprit find the seesaw in the darkness?
Touch.
Yeah,
They used
totally touch.
the sixth sense.
That's it.
Got it. 6 cents. I used the
The
movie.
culprit used touch. They didn't see. They felt.
That way they could get around in the dark, like how I got to the candle.
Wasn't Seesaw in middle of room? Gonta doesn't think it was near wall.
So they probably used something besides the wall to move then, right? Hmm? Were there any other markers within reach?
Of course, the answer to that is there was nothing of the sort.
No, I'm sure there was something. A landmark that they could use to determine where the floorboard was.
It's
It must
the
have been
circle.
at the scene. I know it.
It's the circle.
It's
This
the
is so
Hangman's Gambit.
I have no idea what the actual word is.
And it's the circle. The second word has to be circle. So, magic circle.
Salty circle.
Was it
Possible.
magic?
Probably. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Magic.
Oh, I thought that was a name.
Magic circle.
Magic.
What a pain.
Why
I
didn't
like
you
it.
voice Himiko?
I mean,
Yeah.
I offered at first, but then Messa
Yeah.
was like, no, I want to voice her.
It was fun. I thought. I have nothing but regret now.
Yeah, why did we let that happen?
When Purple had enough characters. Had being the operative word.
Yeah, all Purple's characters died.
Not all. Just a few. The boring
Yeah.
ones.
I have Maki,
The ones that
Tsurugi, Monophony.
All your interesting characters died. Oh my god.
Sai! Kaede.
The magic
May she
Kaede.
rest in peace.
They used the magic circle.
That line. That's it. The magic circle. They used the magic circle.
Dear lord.
Shuichi's voice actor needs some work.
Remember? The magic circle was drawn with salt. The culprit used the salt's texture to feel their way through the dark.
I see. So Kyo traced the magic circle with his hands to get to the loose floorboard.
Oh, I see. You drew the magic circle with salt to use it as a guide.
An interesting thought. It is unfortunate that it is so wrong.
What?
Recall the document. What did the magic circle look like?
Based on the document, the magic circle wouldn't reach the corners of the room.
So what?
When the room was darkened, each of us was in a corner of the room, yes? The magic circle didn't reach us, so I could not have followed it, yes?
But you're talking about the magic circle in the document. That doesn't mean the circle you drew was the same.
No, I most definitely drew it exactly the same. I have it perfectly memorized.
So which is it? Is there any way to check?
Not anymore. The magic circle is a complete mess from being trampled on.
I see. Another piece of the puzzle. Drawing the circle with salt all but guaranteed it would be temporary. The investigation itself would have gotten rid of the evidence. Clever.
Everyone, may I have your attention, please?
What a pain. We don't have any way to check it now.
Excuse me, everyone. May I have your attention, please?
Well, I guess there's no point in discussing the magic circle anymore.
Hey, may I have your attention?
See, this is definitely LJ.
LJ is everyone.
It's too bright.
LJ is Monodim,
I
Kibo,
apologize. I just
Kaita,
wanted everyone to listen to
everybody.
me.
About what?
I had Mew add another function to my body, in addition to the flashlight.
What the? No way! Did you really? Stop! You can't! I didn't install it for that
Please, let me use it. With it,
Oh, no.
I might be able to save everyone.
All right, so
This
You're
isn't
an
gonna go
interesting
well.
ship.
It's an image recording function.
Oh my god.
function.
Deus Ex.
Specifically, this function
Emo.
allows me to dispense a printout of my own memory. I'll give it a try.
No.
Ready?
That's very instantly. Looks like it's like a freaky tongue.
This printout is my memory of being kicked out of the seance. Please confirm that the floor of the empty room is clearly visible. Go on, take the picture and see for yourself.
I don't think I want
okay.
to.
Got it.
I reluctantly took the picture from his mouth. So this is the magic circle used for the sale.
Well, Shuichi, do you notice anything?
Notice anything? Man. Can you please stop interrupting this investigation?
I'm eating chips, okay? They're salty. Thematically appropriate.
My lie.
You just said that you
That was Kyo's lie, isn't it?
document. But that's a lie, isn't it? The magic circle at the scene had lines that stretched to the room's corner, which means that you would be able to find the floorboard from anywhere.
But that was a lie, isn't it?
So it was different from the document after all.
Yeah, bitch.
All because Himiko noticed. And because of Kibo, too.
Wow.
Hey, where's my things? I'm the one who installed that function into Kibo.
Hey, yeah, what was it you were saying about its purpose?
Oh, to be honest, the purpose of that image recording function is to monitor my health. Specifically, I make Kibo use that function every day to analyze my turds. Your what? Why? Shit is a great indicator of intestinal health and gut bacteria quality. Plus, taking a satisfying shit does wonders for a woman's natural beauty, so... See? You're all grossed out! I didn't want to tell you about my plan! Quit talking about your poop. No one cares.
Oh, dang! Himiko's got a spine.
Tenko, didn't you? Just give up and admit it already.
Now the only thing she doesn't do is whine.
So, Kyo, if you have any objections, you can.
Your deductions are
Doing so I couldn't say good rhyme, but good rhyme.
Nice.
Consider me proud.
You've given me the
Good rhyme.
option.
Wow.
I'll certainly object. To be honest, it's unimportant, but it may be an amusing diversion. Now I shall bear witness to your abilities, Shuichi. Do entertain me. If you are going to claim
I have a
am
feeling
the
I know which
culprit,
one this is gonna be.
then what of the murder weapon? It was set up in the cage. The only people capable of that are Kokichi and Shuichi, who carried the cage. So suspicion should fall
Yeah,
on
it's
them.
probably gonna be the cloth.
Yeah.
True, we could have placed the sickle there, but we could not have removed it later. Because we weren't the ones who lifted the cage. That was Himiko.
The only person who could have collected the sickle is Himiko. But the only people who could have placed the sickle are Kokichi and Shuichi. But in regards to that dilemma...
What? No!
I did not carry the cage, nor did I lift it. I had no opportunity to touch the sickle.
I'll cut through your words!
I didn't think you were gonna make it.
The only person who could have set up
You
the
did good.
sickle and retrieved it afterward is Kyo. That was done by covering the cage with a white cloth. You could have secretly placed the sickle when you draped the cloth. And retrieved it afterward when you removed the cloth.
Yeah, but I feel like that would be really hard to do though without
Everyone
anyone
was
noticing.
distracted.
Yeah, that's kind of pushing the boundaries.
Wonderful. That's exactly correct.
Wait, what?
Correct? Then why don't you give up already?
The trick I put so much work into.
Not a trick,
is just
Michael.
wasted effort now. Alas.
Oh wow.
It was you? You killed Tenko?
Let me guess. You'll never forgive me. Himiko, you must hate me so very much. Maybe you'd feel better if I was executed by Monokuma. But unfortunately for you, that won't happen. Because if you vote
Oh, here we go.
every Sparkless, including myself, will die.
What you talking about, Kyo?
You still don't understand? I killed Tenko. That is the truth. But it is meaningless in this class trial.
Meaningless?
You mean Monokuma's extra rule, right?
Blah, 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 blah. Only the first one.
You see, I killed Tenko, but not Angie. For us, Tenko's death is nothing but a trivial issue. Because the blackened in this trial is the culprit who killed Angie.
Trivial issue? No, that's gotta be a lie. You probably killed Angie too.
That is simply not possible. Recall that I was unable to enter Angie's lab.
Oh, only student council members and Kokichi could enter research lab.
How could I have possibly killed Angie when I couldn't even enter her lab?
We can figure that out. No one else could have done it besides you. If you're the one who killed Tenko, you gotta be the one who killed Angie.
I understand how you feel, Himiko, but maybe we can discuss this rationally and calmly. There is a non-zero possibility that Kyo is telling the truth.
So you understand how she feels. I see. Wait, robots can understand human feelings?
Of course I understand. I worked really hard to understand.
Why are you getting all worked up, Kibo? Chill, dude.
Stop! It's voting time. I'm gonna vote for him.
And then she killed us all.
Voting for me will only help the one who murdered Angie.
Isn't Kyo culprit?
Of course I'm not. This case was an error on my part. Monokuma added that rule after both bodies were found, yes? How was I to know that the trial would only be for Angie's killer? Had I known, I certainly wouldn't have killed Tenko.
You're lying. You killed Tenko and Angie.
Now hold on. Jumping to conclusions here is dangerous.
We should talk it out more. This case might have juicy plot twists waiting to happen.
Yes.
Any way you look at this case, Kyo is obviously the culprit.
Nuts to that. I'm gonna use that from now on.
There's sort of no other way to look at it.
No, it's too dangerous to vote before we arrive at a logical
Debate.
decision.
Debate. Debate. Debate.
Wowee! This argument is getting intense. At times like this.
Alright kids, it's that part of the show. Get ready to watch your TV screen very carefully. And in 3 minutes, we're all gonna say, debate! Okay?
Yeah. I'm gonna get to hear sick ass music and much more Gurren Lagann references. Let's
Damn
go.
right. Gosh, you're so missing now. You just don't understand.
You don't understand that I don't care.
You don't understand that I care.
And you don't understand that I don't care that you care.
The problem is my care outweighs your not care.
It doesn't.
It definitely does.
No, it really doesn't.
Not only are you letting me down, there are other people you're letting down. In and out of this group.
Well, they can fuck off and die.
Whoa!
Oh gosh.
Kyo killed Tenko and Angie.
Yeah.
Angie.
Forced his way into Angie's research lab and killed her.
Maybe not. Lab.
Anyone could have entered my lab.
Oh, we're on Kyo's side.
That's weird.
Katana was found in Kyo's lab.
Yeah, that.
Anyone could have entered my lab.
So Kyo did kill Tanko, but he not
Blackened.
Kokichi! Perhaps there's a second Blackened we need to find.
He was planning to use the new rule to protect himself all along.
Rule.
Kyo! Not possible. That rule was added after both murders.
We solved the mystery of Tanko's death.
I got this! Not yet. There's still another mystery to solve.
Kyo killed Tanko and Angie. Kyo killed Tanko and Angie.
Kibo!
Andrew?
We don't know for certain that Kyo killed Angie.
No, that's cute.
Yeah, that's right.
He forced his way into Angie's
Angie.
research lab and killed her.
I got this! But he couldn't get into Angie's research lab.
Well done.
The katana was
Kyo! Anyone could have entered my lab.
Anyone could have entered my lab.
so Kyo did
Kokichi! Perhaps there's a second Blackened we need to find.
He was planning to use...
Kyo! Not possible. That rule was added after both murders.
We solved the mystery.
I got this! Not yet. There's still another mystery to solve.
Fight, Var! Fight on!
W.
D!
Where's the D? Where's
Down
the
the
D? Damn it.
Ain't that a question?
Shut up.
So hard! Good lord! Freaking great!
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the segment called The Audio Hippopotamus, where we just blurt out a bunch of random diarrhea. We hope you've enjoyed.
The mystery of Tanko's murder.
That was awesome.
Mystery? What kind of mystery?
Well, Kyo's confession derailed our conversation a bit. But we
A
still
bit?
have to go over one of the clues found at Tanko's crime scene. I believe it might even have something to do with Angie's murder.
Oh, come on. Oh, it's the cut
The
thing
dried
with
blood,
the dried
yes. Time to
Floor
crack
boards.
this mystery
Floor-
like an egg.
There you go. That one.
Let's make a truth bullet omelet.
Okay, what?
Wait, what? No. What am I meant to do? Blood. Let's see. Very, there we go. Sure, fine, whatever. The other one had dried blood, too.
The blood stain found under the floor. Maki and I found it during the investigation.
God damn it, we don't need a flashback.
Well, that's weird. Why was that blood stain the only dry one?
The blood stain under the floorboard was dry because...
Happened before the seance.
That's it.
Yeah.
Because it was dry.
That's one of the blood stain wasn't from Tanko's
The
murder.
blood was dry because it was dry.
Awesome logic.
There
Best.
Before we started the seance.
Before the seance?
That should make it clear whose blood it was.
What is this voice?
Angie's.
It's me making fun of Shuichi's voice actor.
That's it.
Poor guy. He's just trying to earn a paycheck, man.
Bloodstain wasn't
The
Tanko's.
bloodstain wasn't
It was
Tinko's.
Angie's.
It was
It's not his
Angie's.
fault the devs thought he was a good voice actor.
Why was blood
Holy
from
shit.
Angie at the
Oh my
seance?
gosh.
I'm kidding.
That's rude, dude.
Sometimes
Yeah,
I think about the day I get my first paid voice acting role, and I'm like, I'm gonna show it to everyone I know. Then I go, except TTV.
Aww.
That's probably wise.
Yeah,
Don't be
no.
like that. We would support you, man.
I wouldn't.
Then that opens up a lot more possibilities.
That's not a good idea.
We assumed that only council members could have killed Angie since her body was in her lab. But if she died somewhere else, then we can't suspect just the council members anymore.
So the culprits didn't enter her lab, but waited for her to come out of it?
I'm not sure if the culprit waited for her, but they probably killed her when she came out. Well, I thought that was more likely from the start. So I went to places Angie might have gone and checked all 3 empty rooms.
Places she might have gone? Why did you check the empty rooms then?
The empty rooms were the only places I could think of that Angie would go.
Did Angie have business in rooms?
It seems Kokichi's up to his usual misleading nonsense again.
I do lie a lot, and I could be lying right now too. But I'm pretty sure someone's panicking right now because of my lie.
What a legend!
Angie left her lab on her own and headed to the room where she was killed. Is Kokichi's statement true, or is it a lie?
Kokichi's been very helpful this case. He's only trolled once.
The art research lab
Showing more restraint than me.
is not where Angie was killed. She was killed in the empty room instead.
She left her lab on her own?
But why would she go into an empty room? There shouldn't have been anything in there.
Except the Necronomicon!
That's it! She wanted a candle! Keep herself awake at night.
Oh, I know what it is.
It was out. Yeah.
I actually have the right truth bullet too, I think.
The art research lab is not where Angie was killed. She was killed in an empty room instead. She left her lab on her own? But why would she go into an empty room? There shouldn't have been anything in there. Except for candles. She wanted a...
Oh, come on. I literally moved the cursor like a whatever meter.
That's it.
I don't know how to
Angie
it.
Nicely
I
done.
feel like it's probably smaller than like 2 pixels up above.
A milliliter.
Yeah, basically.
No. Angie was going to use it for the ritual. According to the Necronomicon, to resurrect the dead.
Then, did she seek out a candle so she could burn the book?
That's right. There's nothing to start a fire with in Angie's lab. So she went to go get a candle from one of the empty rooms.
And that's when the culprit attacked her.
That's why there was dried blood underfloor.
Which means Angie was attacked in the same room the seance was held. Bravo,
Interesting.
Himiko. Well done for choosing that room for the seance. If we hadn't done the seance in that room, then Tenko's murder would have been in another room. If that happened, no one would have discovered Angie's bloodstain under the floorboards.
That's right. Shuichi and I only checked under the floorboards where Tenko died.
Yep, it's all
Was
thanks
Kokichi
to
just
Himiko
nice?
for choosing the same room as Angie. This must be a two as will. Or maybe the power.
No, this is setting up. This is setting up for something.
I just picked one.
Hold on. You're all acting as though you've proven that as fact already. You claim Angie was murdered in the empty room, and then moved to the lab? Then how do you explain the large amount of blood in the lab? It may be possible to carry a body, but blood cannot be moved.
I think she was still alive after the attack in the empty room. She was killed after she was carried to her lab.
That means the culprit attacked her twice. I have evidence of that.
Is this Zavala?
Bloody duct tape.
Zavala voice, yes!
It's not Zavala. Wait, come on!
What relevance does it have, LG? What relevance does it have?
Alright, it's mine from the file then.
It's only another time in which you've been wrong.
Oh, come on, man, don't...
or the...
What relevance does it have, LG? What relevance does it have? You got us killed, LJ. You got us killed.
We're gonna push LJ too far. I sense it.
The next murder trial will be LJ's.
Pushed your health too far. Now you're out of hearts.
LJ puts the soccer on us.
No!
That's it.
Very sad. Mini cry.
God damn, why is it putting us so far back every time?
Because it hates us.
Mean mode.
Yeah, but we could be on mean mode the whole time, Purple.
It gets meaner and meaner.
Meaner.
I guess it's not that far back this time, but still. Alright. Oh, it's just her forehead injury, right?
I didn't even realize we had that as a friggin' bullet.
This is it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so dumb. They should let you do the tape too. I guess they haven't put 2 and 2 together yet.
Nah, the tape's coming in late, I'm sure.
But she also showed signs of blunt force trauma, and I think I know why. After Angie was knocked unconscious in the empty room, she was killed in her lab.
I see. So that puddle of blood is from the killing blow. Ha! It's all clear now. Angie was attacked in the empty room, carried to her lab, and it was there that the culprit finished her off.
All clear. This is all clear.
Hey, boy.
What are you all talking about? All clear? What is all clear? What are you? All clear? What are you all? You what?
All clear is the combination between Almighty and
I will
Mr.
not
Clean.
fear. I will not back down.
What in the world?
Sweet Korekio, calm yourself. Their words
I mean, this isn't really that much of a
There is no
surprise.
meaning to any of them. You must teach these ignorant children a lesson.
Yes, you're right. Okay.
Oh.
I'll teach them.
Never mind.
Split personality.
Giving me the goddamn willies.
Not yet. Nothing is clear at all.
Oh my gosh, split personalities.
Doubts of mysteries.
Does that count as 2 people, guys?
That must have been what they said. You already got right.
Nah, that's not.
Oh no, never mind.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Well, I say count.
LJ's win is far bigger than that.
Yeah, you have no
Angie
idea.
was attacked in the
What?
room first. And then carried
I don't
into
think
the
I have any
Vessel's lab.
wins, honestly.
Impossible.
You got a big storm coming.
Nothing but a delusion. You would
I'm
tend to
sure I'll
poison
screw it
our
up
minds
somehow.
with your delusions?
Oh.
I feel like if you backtracked yourself or like second guessed yourself, then
wounds tell the story.
you'd screw it up.
I'm
have
not
faith
gonna-
in yourself,
Is
LJ.
it this
Carried
case?
to the art research lab.
What?
And then killed.
It's not this case. It's like something
Say
else
the
in the
culprit
future, right?
carried Angie's
I'm not
body,
saying.
Nice.
And not a single drop of blood fell. The hallway and empty room had no blood stains.
Oh.
Even if you wipe them
No.
down later.
Damn. I thought that'd be it. Rip. Damn,
You
he's
say
a
the
tinter.
culprit carried Angie's body? And not a single drop of blood fell? The hallway and empty room had no blood stains. Even if you wipe them down later, there'd still be traces of evidence left behind. But there was no evidence anywhere, was there, Shuichi?
I like unhinged Korekia. Terra vibes.
You say the culprit carried Angie's body? And not a single drop of blood fell?
You get the
The hallway
sword
and empty
north.
room had no blood stains.
What?
Here,
Even if you
just
wipe
get
them
it
down
ready.
later.
So you can have it.
There'd still be traces of
Got it.
evidence left behind. But there was no evidence anywhere, was there, Shuichi?
You completely threw me off. What do you mean get it ready? I thought I already
No,
had it
get-
ready.
Well, you scrolled through like a bunch of different truth words.
Yeah, and I
So,
had the
like-
one that I was gonna use. So which one is it?
You say the culprit carried Angie's
Purple
body?
micromanage.
Is it not the loose floorboard?
No, I thought it was the bloody duct tape.
He's talking about
Because-
blood stains, right? Okay, well, maybe it is.
Yeah, but then he says there's no evidence.
There'd still be
It's like,
traces of evidence left behind.
Yeah, but
there was
her
no
blood's
evidence
literally
anywhere,
on
was
the
there,
loose
Shuichi?
floorboard. But yeah, okay, you're right though. I mean, I wasn't saying that you're not right, but her blood is on the floorboard.
There was evidence left at the scene.
Yeah, but you're
A
also
bloody
already
tape under Angie's body. What?
I got you, Var. I get your line of thinking.
To stop the bleeding.
Oh, yeah, I mean, like he's saying there's no blood left anywhere, but that's not true. There was
Yeah,
blood
but he was
left
also
somewhere.
talking about like the hallways and stuff.
Doesn't matter. He was saying there's no blood left in the scene of the crime, but that's not true. There was blood left at the scene of the crime.
Var is irate.
It was under the body. It's most likely evidence the culprit should have gotten rid of. But since it was hidden, the culprit didn't notice and failed to dispose of it.
It must have fallen as the fatal blow was dealt and ended up under her body.
It must have been Atua who did that for us.
Oh, come on.
Atua? How long are you going to keep that up?
Now we know most of the mystery behind Angie's murder.
I'm convinced there's only one person who could have killed Angie.
Wow, they really make you vote again, huh?
It's me!
It's you!
If only it was
Has to be you.
Yeah, I wish.
It's you, Kyo. You killed Angie.
What the fuck? So it's true!
Well, that was obvious. Such a boring, obvious answer.
It's like
Look,
it's
you
so
choose me.
meso.
Killed both of them. Why did you kill them?
It's a
In
good
terms
question.
of pure logic, only one victim was necessary to win.
Why? Why you killed them both?
I think one of the murders was an accident.
An accident?
That's right. It wasn't part of the plan.
I can't believe it.
Huh?
Dear God.
Who said that again?
Meso.
Hey. Godem Strack.
What?
Meso
Which
did
one was
say
accident?
that.
Technically, LJ also did. We agreed on that point. Because
Nice.
LJ said she fell. It was Angie. Yeah. Because LJ's point was that, like, she fell and Kyo capitalized. My point was that she saw him doing something he shouldn't, and so, like, he had to kill her. Either way, it wasn't planned, so we didn't disagree on that front.
But while he was making preparations, in the
I
empty
remember
room,
having to bring up the
Angie
second,
walked in.
or the third murder of Danganronpa 2.
No.
So he decided
so.
to kill her in order to keep her from talking.
She just happened to walk in on the culprit setting up and was killed.
Then he should have just stopped there. Once he killed Angie, there was no reason for him to kill Tenko.
You only needed to kill one for this game. Killing two is pointless. If you get bonus points for killing more, then sure. Otherwise, it leaves more clues behind.
Yeah, I am curious about this aspect.
Why you killed two of our friends?
What on earth are you talking about? No, I'm not the culprit. So, why is everyone looking at me like I am? Why? Why are they? Why is it? Calm yourself, Korekio. Yes. You mustn't raise your voice. You mustn't stutter. You mustn't lose composure. You mustn't become flustered. You mustn't waver. Look at their horrid face.
God damn it.
You're right. Yeah, you're right.
There he goes again. What the hell's wrong with him?
It almost seems like he's talking with someone.
Someone? He's just talking to himself. And why the hell is he wearing lipstick?
No matter how loudly you protest, this is a trivial matter. I will never acknowledge your allegations. Not a single one of them. For you see, there is no evidence that I killed Angie. No, I will not acknowledge it. I will
Right,
only
really is
acknowledge
Choo-Choo.
facts, true events. I won't acknowledge fiction, mystery. I won't acknowledge your deductions or guesses. Well said. Good job, Korekio. Yes, thanks.
Here we go.
Creeps me the fuck out!
You're wrong. There is evidence.
What? You do realize bluffs like that won't work, yeah?
The weapon that was used to knock Angie unconscious in the empty room.
Oh, okay, there we go.
That weapon tells us the whole story, Kyo.
Ah.
That's not possible. I think you may have misunderstood.
I see.
Apologize.
That makes
Come
sense.
on, apologize.
Oh boy, here we go.
Apologize. 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 Apologize.
Seriously.
That's creepy.
I have nothing to admit. You are simply wrong.
What? Okay.
Yes, I'm not the culprit. So I have nothing to confess. I have nothing to admit. You are simply wrong. Yes, I'm not the culprit. So I have nothing to confess. I have nothing to admit. Why must you force your delusions on us? Your logic? That's merely a delusion. Well said, Correcchio. To continue this debate is meaningless. Why must you force your delusions on us? Your logic? That's merely a delusion. Well said, Correcchio.
God damn it.
To continue this debate is meaningless. Why must you force your delusions on us? Your logic? That's merely a delusion. I told you I am not the culprit. So why are you looking at me like that? You're all wrong, not me. Correcchio speaks the truth. Such a sorry lot. Apologize. 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 I told you I am not the culprit. So why are
This
you
is really
looking at me
distracting.
like that? You're all wrong, not me. Correcchio speaks the truth. Such a sorry lot. Apologize. Apologize. Apologize.
God damn it.
Apologize. I told you I am not the culprit. So why are you looking at me like that? You're all wrong, not me. Correcchio speaks the truth. Such a sorry lot. Apologize. Apologize. Apologize.
Jesus.
Apologize. 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 I told you I am not the culprit.
Are you ready to apologize,
Why are
Var?
you looking at me like that? You're all wrong, not me. Correcchio speaks the truth. Such a sorry lot.
This is so hard.
Apologize. 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 I told you I am not the culprit. So why are you looking at me like that? You're all wrong, not me. Correcchio speaks the truth.
Oh my god.
You have no proof that Correcchio is the killer.
Floorboard removed. or that removed. Floorboard.
It ends here.
Welp.
Kyo hit Angie with the same floorboard used in the seesaw trick.
I see. And how do you know the floorboard was the murder weapon?
Interesting. That's how it was a reconcile. I never even considered that the floorboard could have been the murder weapon.
Yeah, I thought that was strange that none of you thought that, even with there being dried blood on it.
I figured it was just collateral damage. I didn't necessarily think she fell, but I didn't think that they actually used the floorboard.
But that's not the only evidence that she was hit with that floorboard.
Yeah, you guys also never really ever even considered what was used to cause the blunt force trauma.
Yeah.
Well, I
There's
did. I
also
thought
the
you
blood
fell.
stain under the floor to consider.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
yeah.
For
Fair
that-
enough.
I never even
mostly
addressed it.
I was mostly talking to Messa.
The floorboard
Yeah.
must not have been in place
You're not
at
wrong.
the time of the attack.
Good point. Had the floorboard been in place, her blood wouldn't have splattered beneath it.
Kyo's earlier confession is further evidence that the floorboard was used.
How? If the weapon used to hit Angie is the floorboard from the seesaw trick.
It means the culprit knew about the seesaw, So the same person killed Tenko and Angie.
Okay, that was chilling.
Dang.
Todd Habercorn's a good voice actor.
Dang.
The seesaw, he was holding the board.
Think your only introduction to him was this series in Destiny.
You're right. Drifter and Danganronpa.
Dude, I've been a fan of his since 08.
That's awesome.
All you can do now is accept it. You even confessed to Tenko's murder already.
What's true? This is the truth.
He also.
Looks like we're almost at the end. All right, Shuichi, I'll leave the finale to you.
Epic.
Please, put an end to this. For Angie and Tenko's sake. End this class trial.
I understand. I'll go over everything one more time. Kyo, I want you to confess. No, I will force you to confess.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Alright.
Who's the culprit with the saw in the empty room? We got removed floorboard, removed gold leaf katana, hit the sliding
Floorboard right.
And, okay. Nice.
The Doctor.
Yeah, I don't have that one yet.
Yeah.
That, right there.
Nice.
Yep.
Aw, Tenko looks so pretty there.
No.
Rip. So guys, let's discuss the philosophy of life and the reason we're here.
No.
Why are we? Why are we here?
Only to suffer.
Playing a game,
This
that's
is
it.
the truth of the case.
It's one of life's great mysteries.
Well, that was
isn't
fast, huh?
it? Nicely
Let's
done.
look back at the first murder. It was late last night. The culprit was in the empty room on the 4th floor. The culprit was preparing the seance murder they had planned. To use the floorboard as a seesaw, they had to cut the crosspiece supporting it. The plan was to make the same preparations for all 3 empty rooms. This would divert suspicion away from the culprit and whoever picked a room. To cut the crosspieces, they needed a saw. I imagine they got one from the warehouse. They were planning to cut the crosspieces in all 3 rooms.
Angie.
However, when the culprit was working on the middle room, the unexpected happened. Angie walked into that room and saw the culprit making their preparations. She needed some fire for the ritual and had gone to the room for a candle. At that point, the culprit had not finished the setup and was just cutting cross pieces. Angie might not have concluded that it was tied to some kind of murder plan. But now that Angie had seen it, the culprit couldn't use the seesaw trick. Any other person might have just given up, but not our culprit. The culprit took the floorboard they loosened and struck the unsuspecting Angie in the head. The culprit did not want to give up on their plan and had to improvise. They wrapped duct tape around Angie's injury to stop the bleeding. Then they picked up her unconscious body and carried her to a research lab. While she was unconscious, the culprit hurried to tie up this loose end. But because they were in a hurry, they made a crucial oversight. They didn't notice the duct tape had peeled off and was under Angie's body. Without that evidence, we may never have figured out the culprit's trick. Carrying the supplies they needed, the culprit returned to the ultimate art lab. Locked the front door from inside. And took out the katana they brought from their own lab. They then stabbed Angie in the back of the neck, finally killing her. Then, to further confuse us, the culprit attempted to make a locked room mystery. First, they used rope from the warehouse and hung 4 effigies upside down. There were 2 reasons for this: to overwhelm the room with an occult atmosphere, and the other was the key to locking the room. The culprit stuck the katana into Kaede's effigy near the rear entrance. And spun the effigy around to twist up the rope. After enough turns, the culprit let go and headed for the rear door. Once released, the effigy began spinning, and the gold leaf katana with it. The handle of the katana then hit the sliding lock, locking the door. A difficult trick, but remember that the lock was so loose it moved at the slightest touch. The culprit also would have had the opportunity to attempt it many times. Once complete, the door was locked, but the duct tape was left behind. Perhaps the culprit noticed it, but by that point, it was too late. The room was sealed. There was no way for them to get back inside. Then, this morning, we opened up the room and discovered Angie's... But the culprit wasn't finished. They wanted one more murder. To do that, they manipulated us into performing this seance. A Of the 3 empty rooms, the middle one was chosen for the seance. I was invited by Kokichi to take Kibo's place in the seance. Tenko volunteered to
I really
be
like the way
mediator,
Tenko's drawn in
but
these
she
panels.
never imagined it would get her killed. To perform the
Yeah.
seance, the culprit claimed they needed some.
God damn it.
Far away.
A small stone that
So
Himiko
sensitive.
had brought from the courtyard.
Mm-hmm.
Tenko, at the culprit's request, bowed her head until it was touching the stone. That position was instrumental in making sure the murder went as planned. Next, Kokichi and I placed the iron cage over Tenko in the middle of the magic circle. The culprit then volunteered to drape the white cloth over the iron cage. We didn't realize it at the time, but that was a deliberate decision by the culprit. They needed to set up the murder weapon that was used to kill Tenko. While they were covering the cage with a cloth, they secretly placed the sickle. Finally, 4 of us placed the wooden statue on top of the cage. The culprit used the weight of the statue to keep the murder weapon in place. After the preparations were complete, we began the seance. In complete darkness, we each stood in one corner and sang the Caged Child song. When the song finished, the soul of the dead was supposed to enter the medium. But our culprit had another plan, to commit a murder in the darkness. Right after we started singing, the culprit began making their way toward Tenko. It would have been quite difficult to do in total darkness, but our culprit had a guide. They used the lines of the magic circle drawn with salt. The culprit felt for the salt and used it to guide them along. And when the culprit reached the center of the circle, they found the floorboard that had its crosspiece cut off the night before. Then lifted up their foot and stomped down hard on the floorboard. The floorboard lifted up like a seesaw and pushed Tenko's body up toward the ceiling of the cage. Tenko was stabbed in the back of the neck by the sickle on the top of the cage.
He killed them both by stabbing them in the back of the neck.
She was killed right before our eyes, and we didn't even see it. After committing the crime, the culprit followed the salt back to their corner. Finished the ritual and had us light the candles. We followed the culprit's directions and removed the equipment used for the seance. And discovered Tenko's body. And while we were all focused on the body, the culprit picked up the sickle and dropped it under the floor through the hole in the corner of the room. Ironically, the final step of the murder was unwittingly carried out by us. The culprit had planned the murder so that we would unintentionally destroy some evidence. That evidence was the magic circle that the culprit used to navigate in the dark.
Whoa.
However, the culprit didn't know that Kibo had taken a picture.
That's a cool pic.
Yeah.
Spooky.
He really saved us. Without that, we wouldn't know what changes were made to the circle. But now we know for certain, and we know the culprit drew the magic circle. Korekio Shinguchi, the ultimate anthropologist. You're the culprit behind these murders.
You know, even though this trial was kind of predictable, that's probably one of the most intricate executions, murders ever. Not execution, it feels very complex in a good way.
Sweet Korekio, there are times when it's necessary to admit defeat. Admit? Yeah. Okay.
So you finally admit you did it.
Unfortunately. Yes. Yes. It's unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. My one regret, my only regret, was not being able to make 100 friends.
100 friends?
It was my dream to make 100 friends. Oh, it's so unfortunate! I was so close to 100!
What the?
What are you talking about? I do not understand a word of this.
Who gives a fuck? Let's vote for this. We're done with this already.
Roger that! One voting time! Coming up!
The heart racing excitement as...
The heart racing excitement! Has the blackened and the spotless finally face off?
Aww.
It's voting time!
Maybe one of them will just kill himself.
Aw, don't forget to say that.
It was Coyote!
Of course.
What happens if you vote for the wrong person?
Now then, it's
Game
the
over.
voting has finished.
Probably.
Let's see the result. Who'll be chosen as the blackened?
Yeah.
Epic. Gib coins. Gib. We're getting a garbage rating. Never mind.
Yeah, that's all right. I don't know why you would say
Straight
that when
A's.
we had like all A's.
We failed a bunch. I don't know if it counts that.
It does. I mean, we just didn't get an S. I think that also counts, you know, the time that we spent also figuring things out, though. So
that's fair.
Wow, seriously? You're correct again. Amazing! This is the third correct verdict in a row.
All right.
If you manage to get 12 correct verdicts in a row, you'll proceed to the bonus round.
How's that gonna last that long?
For now.
It is finally over.
No.
No, not yet. I haven't heard his answer yet. Kyo, why? Why did you kill Angie and Tenko?
Right.
Yeah, he no need to kill them both, no matter what motive he have.
Motive.
Did your motive have something to do with the transfer student who was resurrected? Even if it did, though, how did that trigger a murder?
Don't tell me. Were you actually scared of the resurrection ritual, Kaito?
Shut up!
Shut up! I never said I was scared! God!
The resurrection ritual had nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with it? Because we're friends. I'll tell you, I never once believed in the ritual. I would never kill someone over such a silly thing as that.
What?
Hey,
So it
guest
has
spot from
nothing to
Pizza
do with the
Cheetah.
motive?
Pizza Cheetah!
I
Hey, Tom.
think he's a TTV fan.
He is, yes.
Yeah.
He's on Elder's show.
Yeah, he's a swell guy.
Nice.
So it has nothing to do with the motive?
Why?
For the one that I love.
There is someone
This is like a...
that I love.
There is someone that I love.
Be like his mother.
Maybe.
From the bottom of my heart. Someone so dear. Someone I long for.
Serial killers who dress up as their mom or whatnot.
I love her.
Oh god.
I didn't need this. I didn't need this in my life.
With all her heart.
Nope. Mm-mm.
Yes, we vowed an endless love to each other, forever bound by fate. None can come between us. We are bound by an intense love, no matter
like
what
Nikon.
anyone says.
What? Bragging about your perfect love life? Fuck you! Some of us aren't that lucky.
So see this lover of yours. You had to escape.
Don't tell me.
That's why you killed Angie and Tinko? But why did you need to kill both?
If you ask if I did it to escape this place, my answer would be no.
Wonderful.
Because I have no need to escape this place. The one I love is inside. Inside.
Wait! Don't look at me! I'm not his lover!
Yeah.
Calm down.
Oh boy.
Calm down. No one would want a disgusting shit-stuffed bitch like you anyway.
I gotta commit. I freaking love it.
Oh my goodness.
What?
Hey!
Did you just say sploosh?
Sploosh.
Cheetah, who is it? Who's this person you love? Because I only love planets.
Is it really one of us?
One of us. One of us.
When I say inside, I do not mean inside this academy.
You see,
I mean inside me.
sister.
Yes, the one I love lives inside me. My dearest sister.
Sister?
Wait! Don't look at me! I'm not his sister!
Well, duh. If you were his sister, he would have killed himself already.
Wait.
Your sister? But didn't you say she was your lover?
Sweet home Alabama.
It is
Wow.
it is not that difficult. My sister is my lover. That's my sister!
Fucking say that!
Oh, come on, not again! Stop
She
it!
loved me so deeply, the fact that we were siblings meant nothing to us. They called it forbidden love, but none could stop the love we shared. Oh, how I
No
longed for
physical
my sister's
connection?
warmth. The only time I felt at peace was when I was enveloped in my sister's warmth.
I don't need this.
For my beloved sister.
That is why, for my beloved sister, I had to.
Always messing around.
You have escaped from it, right?
No. I had to kill for her. What?
Sister.
Sister was very sickly. She was always in and out of the hospital ever since she was a child. Because of that, she didn't have many friends. She always seemed so lonely.
However,
even if I could be her little brother and her lover. I couldn't be her friend.
That's not how that works.
So I thought I'd find her some friends. Friends for my dear deceased sister.
Huh?
Deceased? My sister is now a ghost, so her friends should be ghosts too, right?
For my beloved sister.
For my sister's sake, I've killed many to send her 100 friends. They were all worthy, wonderful people, worthy of being sister's friends.
What?
Incomprehensible.
This is too impossible to understand. The kill count is higher than mine.
Sister.
Sister is very happy. Yes, Korikyo, I am very happy. Thanks to you, I am not lonely.
What? Could it be that the lipstick version of Kyo is
Oliveria's older sister.
Thank you for looking after my little brother.
What?
What the heck?
After I lost my beloved sister, I was so distraught, I nearly went mad. But sister came to me.
I am pleased.
She visited me during one of my seances and stayed inside me.
Sister.
Now I can see her whenever I want. I'm never lonely.
Korikyo.
That's wonderful, Korikyo. Your love made the impossible possible.
Are you serious?
What's currently gone?
Epic.
Are you serious? Is this really a spirit?
This is messed up.
He's just delusional.
Oh, what a sad girl who can't even believe in the power of love.
Hey, maybe she just has different priorities in life, like taking others.
Either way, he's totally out of his mind. I mean, he killed for a dead chick.
You said you killed a lot already, right? So it wasn't just the two you killed here?
What was that?
What? Seems like he was already crazy before he got here.
Because?
Evidently.
You didn't kill to escape from here. That wasn't your purpose from the get-go. You just wanted to slaughter a bunch, huh?
Unacceptable.
Do not make me out to be some bloodthirsty, indiscriminate killer. I only kill girls who I think are worthy of being my sister's friends.
He's a very discriminant one.
Only girls? I see. So when you were deciding on who should be the medium...
Yikes.
You said it would work best with a girl. I spent my time evaluating all the girls here.
Wonderful.
Uh-oh.
And besides Maki and Miyu, they were all worthy. All worthy of being sisters' friends.
Yeah?
Worthy?
Why, you? Hey, how come I'm not included? I mean, not like I care.
Then
The second victim could have been me.
Should have been you.
Tenko died in place of me.
Excellent.
Himiko would have been great, but Tenko volunteering made me so happy. Her noble, earnest heart made her a perfect friend for my sister.
Wonderful.
She even infiltrated the student council to protect Himiko.
Huh? Infiltrate? Really?
But how did you... It was obvious to me. I've studied many people. Yes,
Can this be?
she stood up against the darkness of the school all by herself. All for her beloved friend.
Beautiful.
I was so touched. Wonderful. She was a perfect friend for my sister.
I can't understand why you didn't like her, Himiko. Though, I was planning on having you become sister's friend too. Eventually.
No way.
Just start strangling Himiko right now.
What? You do all that for?
Wow, you did all that just to kill. For you to go that far, that's pretty impressive. You were interested in the caged child just so you could use it to kill someone, right?
Let's see. It interested me as an anthropologist, of course. But more than that,
For my beloved
I
sister.
wanted to kill. I cannot deny that overpowering feeling.
Are you okay?
Kaito, are you okay? You look kind of pale.
Don't worry about it. Let's focus on Kyo right now. Kyoichi.
Allow me to explain, though. I did not plan to kill both of them. I knew I would have plenty of chances after escaping this place.
However,
But Angie walked in on me preparing, and I ended up killing her a different way. So I figured I may as well kill someone else too. After all, it would be a shame to just waste the seance trick I prepared.
What is that?
You're talking like you killed her just because you could.
No, not just because I could. I was sending another friend to my sister.
Correcchio.
Correcchio, you're such a thoughtful little brother. But it was bad to get greedy.
oh dear.
You're right. Because of that, now I can't send 100 friends to you. Do you understand now? Those were the circumstances of Korikio's crime.
I do not commit a fudge. Dang it. This is going to be possible. That's how I get back in the old voice.
That's great.
That's right. Killing 2 friends for your dead sister?
But how?
That's wrong! That's so wrong!
Oh, don't get so worked up. There's something I learned after Sister's death.
Do not worry.
Death only changes a person's form. The soul lives on as a ghost.
That's right.
That's right. Even though I'm a ghost now, I am always by Korikio's side.
Sister.
Thank you, sister. I love you.
Cut it out already!
What was that?
I don't understand anything you're saying. Nothing's making sense. It's not fair! Why did Angie and Tengo have to die for something so unfair?
Well,
Hey, Kyo.
Because death is unfair.
What, Alja?
Eyes is in Mississippi, Kyo.
Wow.
and another thing.
All deaths are unfair deaths. Why do you think news stations get such high ratings when they're reporting about death? Because everyone likes unfair deaths.
Maybe.
Well, if you look at it like that, this whole killing game embodies that philosophy, right? Gifted high school students forced to play a killing game. Man, if people were watching this, they would get a kick out of it.
You have no idea.
If people were watching this.
Shut up! Knock off the bullshit! Only sick fucks would enjoy watching this.
You got me.
Don't insult our audience like that.
Hell yeah! If I wasn't in this killing game, I would have so much fun watching.
So
The nature of this killing game is yet shrouded in mystery. But my role in it is over. I have finished my explanation to you, friends.
sister.
I think I shall go and see her now. My beloved sister.
Sister.
I was unable to send her 100 friends, but at least I can see her again now.
Correcchio.
It's all right, sweet Correcchio. Come to me.
Oh.
Looks like you already prepared. Now then, let's get started.
It's punishment.
It's the moment you've all been waiting for. Punishment time!
Huh?
Alright.
Punishment time.
Sister.
My beloved sister, at long last, I'll finally get to see you again.
That's right.
Yes, From now on, no one will try to stop us. We can be together without having to hide our love from others.
Wait! I can't accept this!
Could have just moved to, I don't know,
Like
Tennessee.
I said, there's no such thing as death that can be accepted.
From an
Maybe move to West Virginia.
Why do you think so many different cultures have funeral ritual or funeral rites? Why do you think rumors of ways to resurrect the dead never cease? The
Maybe
living
even-
must find a reason, however forced, to accept death when it happens.
Louisiana.
How you come to terms with death also determines how you live. Yes,
What was that?
What?
that was the answer I reached. How about you?
Heck, even
How
Georgia.
will you live a life that faces death?
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment.
I shall observe.
I will watch over you, Alice Ghost. As your friend, I will watch over you.
That's right.
Arkansas?
It won't just be me and Korikio. All those who died will be watching. I'll be watching to see how you face the death of your friends.
Humanity.
Any Confederate state.
I'll
really.
be watching forever and ever.
It's punishment.
Dear God. That's unsettling. Good character.
Here we go.
Meh.
Very interesting.
Meh.
He's fun to voice.
Which one of the bears gets the chopping block? I still think it's gonna be the red guy. At least that's where I'm leaning. Who knows? Maybe they both go in this. Anything's possible.
It's like Celeste's murder.
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh my god.
No!
Oh my gosh. No. No. I keep on losing.
The suicide!
I feel so bad for him. Not him. No, stop it. Put a shirt on. You too. Holy crud. What is... No. Then he just drops in the flames. That's even better. Rest in tiny pieces.
That was so sad. What?
What?
Sorry.
No.
Alright.
Why?
What the? To think my cute child would commit suicide. Ah, it's so cute! It's so freaking cute that he would kill himself because he couldn't get along.
Monodon committed suicide. Had I known this would happen, I would have been nicer to him. The only reason Monodon was obsessed with getting along was because everyone but me bullied him.
That's right.
Yes, the other Monocubs drove him to suicide, but not me.
Hey.
Hey. Who's Monodang?
You already forgot? That's kind of scary.
I'll be honest, it's a miracle I'm alive.
Well, looks like another class trial's wrapped up without incidents, so I'm gonna take back this here Necronomicon.
The Necronomicon!
Seems like a waste, though. You guys sure you don't want to use it? You guys should have brought someone back to life and added them to your roster.
Shut up! How long you gonna keep talking about that?
I told you.
Ignore him. The whole resurrection ritual is obviously a lie.
Brings back Kadai and then kills her again.
He's just trying to shake us mentally to get us to panic.
What's the point?
I'm assuming you'll think another murder will happen if you do that, right?
Who can say?
What a waste. If none of you were gonna use it, you should have let me have it. Then I could have resurrected one of my dead siblings.
Oh, you can still do that.
Which one?
Well, I don't know. They were all pretty terrible, actually.
You can't see me, but I'm holding up a fuzzy ball finger. Wait, did one of us die? I could have sworn it's just been the two of us this whole time.
It's too bad you missed your chance to raise the dead. That's what you get for doubting me. Too bad.
Dang.
Farewell.
I'm very upset that one of them is dead.
Even now, he still talks about raising the dead.
Always messing around.
Man, this is stupid. What people believe in is up to them, but living people shouldn't have to suffer because of the dead. That's why stupid grenade-dropping mechanics in games are idiotic.
Nice.
The living are more precious than the dead, no matter what.
That's not something a coward like you should say.
Shut up! Leave me alone.
But there's one thing this case taught me. I thought there was a god watching over us, but there isn't after all. Not in this academy.
Yeah, you're right.
You're right.
Well, that's why we have to work together, right? Face it together. Our ultimate talents are the best weapons we have.
Go to do his best.
Then Gonta do his best to keep everyone safe. Gonta wanna protect everyone.
But your talent is entomology.
And yours is dress up. Shut up.
Yeah.
I don't want Shuichi to use his ultimate talent anymore. I'm getting sick of class trials.
You're right.
It's not his fault.
Yeah, you're right.
Hey, your talent as an assassin is way more trouble. When are you gonna use that, huh?
I'll work hard until everyone trusts my ultimate talent.
I thought you said Alucard.
Huh?
That's right.
May not be possible now, but I'll put the effort in so everyone can trust me. I won't run away anymore. I want to survive and escape this place with everyone.
Maki.
I see. I wonder how long that'll last. What if your true calling as a killer shows?
There's a really good way to start that off. You can start the process right by, that's right, Maki Rolichi. There we go. By watching Gurren Lagann.
Oh my god.
Loading, no. I don't remember being your sidekick. Also, didn't I tell you to stop calling me Makiro?
Whatever, Maki Rolichi.
Oh, you guys are so close now. This must be the powerful bond of friendship. But I would have preferred it to happen sooner, especially not after losing 7 people.
Have we already lost 7?
Yeah, it's...
You're right. Only 9 people left now.
Well, what do you know? The dumbass can do basic math.
You die next.
That's right.
Don't diss Gonta.
7 pieces of shit have been flushed away, and only 9 remain.
Actually,
By that calculation, doesn't that make you one of the pieces?
But
Just the 9 of us.
Just 9 of us.
Well, you know.
Humans are like weeds, too numerous to count. 7 of us dead doesn't mean much in the end. That's totally what the heartless robot is thinking. Right? Right?
How rude.
No! What the fuck?
I didn't mean to!
This is way worse than mine.
Aldrey, you did this.
But hey,
You did.
none of us gave up, right? We did the impossible. We saw the invisible. We rode, fought the power. Watch Gurn Lagann. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, see, LJ ad-libs half of his lines, so it's hard to predict when he's going to be done and when he's not.
You're right.
Just you guys. I believe in all of you.
And I believe in
believes in all of you.
I believe in the you that believes in me that believes in you.
That's the spirit. Yeah, you're right. Those of us who remain can start over.
Yeah. See, I keep expecting him to just be like, yeah. That's it.
Hold up. Keyboy needs to apologize to everyone for the whole student council thing.
Off screen.
And there's only one. And there's only one kind of apology that. Shut up and stop talking over me. There's only one kind of apology that I'm willing to accept.
There's only one. There's only one. Shut up.
How exciting.
Yank your head off and smash it onto the ground with all your strength. Got that?
No way.
I've never heard of such an intense form of apology. Apology.
It seems like everything's settled for now. Even though we're missing her.
You alright?
Himiko, you okay? Anything Gonta can do to help? You can tell Gonta.
Hey!
I think we should let her have some space for now. That might be best for her.
Okay.
I remember how I felt.
Oh, Gonta understand.
You're so dumb.
God, Himiko is such a liar.
Because I'm a liar.
Personally, I don't think lies are exactly a bad thing. Let's face it, you wouldn't have any free will if the world was compromised with just the truth.
But...
Fries.
But even then, I don't think it's good to lie to yourself, you know?
Right?
Oh, what are you saying? Think about Himiko's feelings a little bit.
Nuh-uh.
I only said this because I thought about it.
Because?
Himiko has been lying to herself about her own feelings, so she's been holding back.
Hey!
Hey! What are you repressing? Why are you trying so hard to hold back?
What? Hold back?
Doctor created me
Tinko! Angie! I'm so lonely!
so I can eradicate furies when
I'm so lonely without you too! But I gotta survive. I still can't go to where you are. But I'm lonely. I'm so lonely without the both of you.
Himiko.
Damn it.
It's okay, because I don't need you, because I have my magic.
Dang it! Shut up! Oh my gosh! All your characters are crying.
Yeah.
Himiko cried for a long time.
Kokichi ain't crying.
She cried as if she was
On the
releasing
inside.
all the emotion she had bottled up inside. Before we knew it, as if lured by her doing so, we began crying.
Well, now she is, or he is.
The tears we shed, can't even describe it. We were crying about what we had been through and what was to come. Sadness, hatred, frustration, discord, anger, love. Tears filled with emotion.
Why are you crying about Discord? It's great.
At the very least, they weren't tears of submission.
Cry about Skype.
They were tears to push us forward.
Where are Goku's shoes?
You are such a mood killer. we should put you on trial for that murder.
I like how Kokichi did a good thing. You go, man.
After a while, Himiko finally calmed down. Now,
I can't wait till he dies.
Shut your face. Aw.
Is she hard to carry, Gonta?
No, she's fine.
She's sleeping very peacefully.
She's all tuckered out after crying. Robots sleep well after leaking their oils too, right?
I have told you many times that I do not use oil as my fuel source.
But wow, that really surprised me. She passed out as soon as she stopped crying.
Yeah, but she looks so peaceful sleeping like that.
She probably felt better after letting it all out, don't you think?
Yeah, I hope so.
Then Gonta carry Himiko to her room.
Make sure you focus real good on your back, you hear me? You'll need that focus if you want to feel her little mosquito bites.
You want to talk about a mood killer?
Dear God.
He'd do such a thing. Gonta is a gentleman after all.
Her little mosquito bites, dear God. While we were heading back to the dorms, I suddenly noticed Kaito had stopped in his tracks. Kaito, what's wrong?
I was just thinking. What kind of a person starts his sentences with it's like he's having some sort of a spasm attack or something. I just wanted to get some night air. Don't worry about me. Go on ahead.
Huh? Are you sure?
Well...
Anyway, don't do something like this again, okay? If you dislike scary things, then you should have said so earlier. I thought you were sick.
You worried about me?
Yeah, worried about your stupidity.
Oh man, Ice Queen got burned! Hey, come back here! Still haven't warmed up to me, huh?
Warming up to something cold, is it always easy?
Are you here right now?
Maybe not, but I feel like the walls we had up are coming down a little, you know? Perhaps those walls were her enemies. Seems like she doesn't want to wait anymore.
Got it.
Yeah, 'cause of me, the team leader.
Yeah, maybe, but you sound like you're bragging, Kaito.
That's 'cause I am. Like I said, I'm gonna go get some air before I go back. You can go on ahead.
Okay.
Sure, got it. See you tomorrow.
Got it.
You wish. See you tomorrow.
Wow.
That was the last time we saw Kabina.
After our goodbyes, I returned to my dorm room. I didn't notice what was going on with Kaito.
Don't do this game.
I don't have time to be dying. I still haven't gone into space yet. Damn it.
Don't.
No way am I gonna die here. No way.
Don't.
Yikes.
Dare, game.
Yikes.
Don't you dare.
Feels
He just bit his tongue.
XD.
Goodness.
Well, that was a chapter. All right.
Yeah, it was.
Good chapter.
I
feel that it was well done. What do you do now, Elge? What's up?
I think that's my least favorite of these chapters thus far.
You got everything right, though. Almost everything.
I mean, that's
Wait,
almost
what?
kind of my issue.
Are you mean?
Really?
Like, it wasn't very.
I wasn't meaning I was serious.
Oh no! I mean,
I didn't mean that to. I didn't mean that to come off as a jerkish jab.
I just thought that was so funny how like fucking peanut gallery that was. Like no one even noticed it. We just kept talking with the conversation. Like Courtney's like, oh, but you got it right though, and I was just like, yeah, I know. But in the background, you just hear, wait, what? Are you memeing?
No, look, it's just I'm not dissing on you. This is gonna sound like a diss. It's not. I swear. This isn't even me being trollish. It's just I got everything right. LJ didn't get everything right.
Yep.
LJ got. We agreed on the basic points. It's just the minutia.
agreed on the basic points. But I mean, I also willingly took the route of exploring the other options. So
which was worth exploring.
I mean, you guys were both right about who the killer was, and you guys both came up with a very plausible theory. Messos just happened to be the right one.
Bingo.
Yeah,
you did good, Eld.
Like I was saying before,
I mean-
I thought like you both used the evidence, and you both came up with a theory that I think would have worked in the game. Like I could have easily seen LJ your theory working here as well, which is why I liked hearing your discussion before and trying to prove why each one was right, because they were both really well done. And it was also why it was so entertaining to hear Meso try to bring up his point, because obviously me knowing that he is correct, trying to like see if he could create a convincing argument to make you believe his theory was what I was hoping to hear, because he was so close, and you guys were both so close to having the right answer.
Yeah, we were. Like, Meso ended up being right. It's just at the time we were conversing, I just didn't see enough evidence to make me go, yeah, no, that sounds about right. Because the way he was describing it was, it just, there wasn't anything there.
Well, that's the downside of me never having used evidence-based arguments, but rather using the meta, is I'm not adept at using evidence-based arguments to convince a point. It's an interesting
You were
experiment.
close, though. I feel like if you were able to have just come up with, like, if you were able to explain exactly how the mechanism worked in a bit more detail, you probably could have convinced LJ, but, like, yeah, I just feel like you needed a bit more.
I stopped right at the end.
Yeah, you stopped right at the precipice of where you could have really like solidified your theory.
And I also completely forgot about Angie's murder at the floorboard.
Yeah.
By the time we had discussed Tinko, I never even came back to that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think the motivation was very interesting. The motivation for the killer, wasn't interesting. I never thought that Kyo was interesting throughout the entire game. In addition to that, it also kind of came out of left field. It's very similar to the last motivation, where it's just, as opposed to your motivation being, oh, it's your parents, your siblings, your whatever, your community, is an entire country. And in this time, it's a third act, last minute sister that inhabits his body that we had never heard of or disclosed before. Maybe we could have it. We focused on him with the free times.
Yeah,
I don't know.
This is probably something that would have come up better had we actually talked with him, but we ignored him the entire game. So,
and that's because he wasn't very interesting in the entire game, and I didn't really. I didn't connect with the character. Didn't connect with the motivation.
The only thing I'll say in defense, it's not really in defense. It's more like just I think with the genre, because they always do this. The motive revelation, it always typically comes out of left field. Celeste, came out of left field with her wanting, like, I think it was the money, wasn't it? And just being like a psycho behind the scenes. Genocide Jack came out of left field, that it was Toko.
But Genocide Jack never murdered anyone.
I think it's also important that,
Mekon.
Mekon did. That motivations are not always readily apparent, even in like real murders. It's not like you're going to know what people's motive was all the time. That's something that you kind of have to discover as it happens. So,
which is how it always happens. Mondo, that's how it happened.
I would never use motive as evidence here. At least not an actual character's motive. Like, you could use the motive that the game establishes, that Monokuma gives, as evidence, but even then, that's not always what causes the murder to begin with anyway. It's mostly just some setting at the stage for something to happen.
I suppose.
It's a problem I share. In Elge, not that Var is incorrect in how he's describing it, because he is, but it does make the plot connective tissue and the characterization almost have to be crammed into the little end bit there every time.
Yeah.
The only thing I diverge on is, like, this wasn't any worse than the other games, and I've just kind of accepted that's how the franchise works at this point.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I just.
To be fair, I don't disagree. I think Kyo's is one of the weaker chapters in the whole franchise. His motivation isn't that. Yes, I don't think his motivation's that strong. At least, he's basically just a repeat of Mikon. But the thing with Mikon is that her motivation is grounded within the
world,
the world,
and the overarching plot.
Yeah, her motivation is literally the narrative of the second game, right? Her chapter matters because her motivation isn't just a peek into her true self, but also it's a peek into the lore of that game. Whereas Kyo's is really just kind of random, you know? Has nothing to do with anything. It's just a guy who's crazy. So it doesn't really establish anything. There's no connective tissue to make it really warrant its inclusion other than it's just a murder and you're playing a murder game.
It's one of those weird things, like, to talk about the meta for a second. In a game with killers, a franchise with killers, this is the only murder in the entire franchise with a serial killer.
Yep.
Being an actual murder. It's cliche, which is why they've avoided it up till now, but by avoiding it, they have in turn made the cliche worthy of being done at least once.
Right.
So I don't really fault them for doing it at least once.
It's also another one of those meta-bending things where, like, you expect the game to not go that route because they've done so in the past, but now they are going that route because it's exactly what you don't expect the game to do. And the makers of the game understand their own meta by this point. So they've been really...
That's what I'm really enjoying about this game. It's just a complete flip of what we've known up till now, but not in a way that disrespects the franchise. It's just creative.
Yeah.
You know? I'm really...
It wasn't too compelling for me, honestly.
Yeah, no, I didn't really like this chapter either.
Yeah, it's my least favorite thus far. I also didn't think it was all that interesting of a murder once we kind of figured it out, because we were always, like you said, Var, we were always really close, and then it almost happened exactly how we discussed, and it's just kind of...
Well, I do understand why that is a little disappointing. At the same time, I feel like, to me, that is what made it more interesting, because you run into, like, this line with these type of games where you have a murder that's either too easy to figure out or it's so difficult to figure out that there's no way possible you could have figured it out. And then that just feels cheap, right? Like, you'll have a case where some evidence is brought out of left field or something is brought out of left field where there's no way you could have figured it out.
Which is how it works all the time in Ace Attorney.
Right, exactly.
Like, they bring out, they have prosecutors in the trials who will just literally be like, hey, I've been holding on to this evidence, and now it is time that I present it to you. And that just changes the complete
and that's kind of bullshit. So
and they play it up for laughs, but it is kind of
and so I appreciate, especially since there's not a lot of those in this franchise, where we had a case that was difficult to figure out, but still able to be figured out. And you guys were able to figure it out. But keep in mind that you only figured it out after discussing it for like 40 minutes. And I think that's...
Which was the longest discussion we've ever had.
Right. And I think that's a good thing. I wouldn't see that and be like, that's bad. You figured it out after going over every single bit of evidence, after establishing what had happened, the timeline, where people were, and how it could have happened. So I think that this chapter, while it's a little disappointing because there weren't any swerves that made it super interesting, it is, I think, the best case in terms of the premise of the game, which is solving a murder.
It felt good. It felt like a change of pace.
So. I
do understand how you feel.
Yeah, it didn't jive with me.
You sound sad, Elge. I'm sorry.
Let's see what happens next case.
Yeah.
I'll lose all my characters before this. Oh, okay. Friggin' Monodang.
Rip.
On the bright side, this means I no longer have to keep empty mugs around my desk.
Right. The Monocubs continue to delight, though I wonder how much that'll be the case now that there's only 2 of them.
I'm pretty sure the pink one is gonna die next, if they're gonna die at all. because the red one's basically a carbon copy of Monokuma, vocally at least.
Yeah.
All right.
Very
well,
interesting.
We will see what happens next in the next chapter.
Cool. Thank you for watching, audience. Leave your thoughts on the case in the comments section below and tell your friends to subscribe to Nerfed Nation. Purple, what'd you think of this chapter? Real quick.
I don't know. I thought it was neat.
Awesome.
Epic. Thank you. Thank you,
Of many
Purple.
words. Purple Dragon.
You're a legend.
Yeah.
Farewell.